Hello and welcome to the Growing Green Landscapes Podcast with Jeremiah Jennings. While still in his early 20s, Jeremiah already runs a successful six-figure lawn maintenance company. Listen in as he and his guests share the things that have brought them success that can help you in your business. As a young entrepreneur in the green industry, Jeremiah emphasizes the tips and tricks involved in running a lawn maintenance business while discussing the principles applying to all small businesses. If you're wanting to grow, become profitable and professional, you're in the right place. And now, here's your host, Jeremiah Jennings.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode today here on the Growing Green Podcast. This is your host, Jeremiah Jennings, and we are so thankful again for you tuning in today to another fresh new episode here on the show. Today's going to be a fun one. We're going to go back and do something we did a little while ago, and we're going to actually this is going to be an Instagram Live that we did night before, real time. So we're going to go over some questions and stuff. This is a really fun episode. I think you can get some stuff out of it. If nothing else, you'll get some entertainment for sure. So stay along. Let's go ahead and kick it right over and listen into the Instagram Live and just some stuff that we had going on last night. What's up, everybody? We are live. I hope everybody can hear me. But anyway, man, we had a crazy long day today, and I don't want to get too repetitive on here. We're going to wait for a few people to join in, and got a few people joining in here. Hope y'all are doing well. Going to do a little live tonight, and I'm still working on the setup for sure. We got a lot of work to do, but thanks for everybody tuning in. Hope y'all are doing good. We're going to this is going to be a podcast. We're going to record this, and I got some questions we're going to go through that we had from some people sending in. If you got any questions, drop them below. Like it up and let us know that you're here, and drop a comment for real. Dan, River City, man, I listened to some of your shows the other day. I need to get with you on freaking sponsorships. My goodness, you had like 10 minutes worth of sponsorships the other day. That's doing good, man. The podcast is doing really well, and it's a really fun show to listen to. We need to get you back on and talk about this spring and the rush that you're having, because it's actually something we're going to go over today, spring rush. We had a few people talk about, ask some questions about that. So anyway, as you are all joining in here, hope you are having a beautiful day wherever you are. Whether you're listening to the show, hope you're having a good day. And for me, it was a long one. Man, it was a long day today. I'm whooped. We left we start about 7 in the mornings, and I know some people start earlier than that. What time do y'all start? But we start at 7. We leave the house at 7. We try to be on our first property by 7:20, 7:30. Just depends. By the time we get the stuff out of the way, maybe run and get gas or whatever in the mornings, because I don't want to show up on people's property literally at 7 a.m. Luckily, where we are, we don't have a sound ordinance, so we can kind of start whenever. But I just try to be cognizant of having a just being human. I don't want people. If I was paying to have my yard cut, I wouldn't want them showing up at 6:30 a.m. to cut the lawn. So, most working class people are up. Even most retired people are up then. But I just still don't like to get out there too early. So we started about 7:15, and I got home at 7:30, 7:40 today. So it was a long day, 12 hours, and we hadn't had one of those in a while, but had a lot to get done. Can't work this weekend. I'm going to be out of town, so just crazy busy time, guys. Spring rush. We're going to get into that a little bit too. Hope y'all are doing good. Everybody that's joining in here. Sprinklers, repair and landscape. I need to talk to you. I need to learn how to repair the sprinklers. Gaffney ML02, call the Lawn Ranger. Hope y'all are all doing well tonight. I have a question. Do you prefer sit down or stand on mowers? So for me, this is a good one. This is a really good topic. One of my biggest things is so here's what I talk about in business all the time. Everybody and every scenario is different for each and every company out there, each and every business owner, because one thing is not across the board. It's hard to set rules across the board because everybody does different type properties. So like for me, we do a lot of big residential properties that take us an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours on these properties. I don't want stand-up mowers for that long. And it all depends on your dealer too. So like this is what I mean in business. There's hardly any rules that go across the board for everybody. And this is one of them. Some people say, man, you should only have stand-on mowers. Some people say you should only have sit-down mowers. That's something that I just don't agree with. I don't think that one or two people can say one thing or the other, because it all depends on your company and your setup and what kind of yards and properties you're doing. So for me, like I said, and I think we honestly did a podcast about this a while back. If you want to go look, I don't remember what episode it was, but for me, we have big residential properties and our dealers. So we don't have dealers with Wright anywhere near us. We can't get a Vertex anywhere near us. Our Exmark dealer, that is the one dealer that we have near us, but they can't get any Vertexes. So anything like that, I don't want to be standing for 2.5 hours. And the thing with I try to stand on. I tried to John Deere stand on. The motor was just not big enough. And I know the Wrights come with like the 37 horses, and they're huge. I mean, they'll fly. They'll keep up with my 60-inch zero-turn. But the one that I had just didn't do that. And so it was too slow for me. It wasn't doing the production I needed it to do. So for me, in my case, we stick to zero turns for the most part. I have a 30-inch push mower. Are you running 21 or 30 for smaller mowers? Yeah, so I have a 21. Honestly, haven't used it in the last year and a half. I got a 30 last season, and that's what we use solely now. I would love to pick up. So our dealer actually has a Staris 32-inch that he's trying to get rid of. He's been trying to get rid of it for like a year and a half. And nobody's going to get it. No, he's not going to sell it because he wants like $6,000 for it. It's brand new. But I'm not going to drop $6,000 on it. I just don't have enough small yards to put it on. But I would love a 32-inch Staris like that. And I know Staris is kind of working its way out, but and the Vertex is kind of taking over. But I would love that 32-inch because I have a 30-inch push mower. It's nice, but it's still slow. And if you're cutting thick stuff with it, it bogs down. It just doesn't do like a Standard does, and it's way more efficient to have a Standard. So in my case, we have a 30-inch and a 21. I just use a 30 most of the time. Wright Standard 52. See, I would love a Standard or a Wright, but we don't have anybody within an hour of us that sells Wrights, and so dealer support would be hard. If stuff broke down, I'd have to drive over an hour to get stuff worked on, and that to me, that's one of my biggest things in business is dealer support. And when I buy equipment, that's one thing that I look at is it close to me? Is it convenient? If stuff does break, what are the warranties on it, and all that stuff. And I scrolling back up here a little bit. I love the box truck. I saw a question about that. Box truck is awesome. That's a game changer. I saw Trifecta was in here a minute ago. I don't know if Alex is still in here, or Logan. I don't even know who runs their Instagram anymore. But they're transitioning to box trucks as well. And if you have any questions, I'm sure they can help you there. But and I'll help you any way I can about box truck questions. It is totally transformative. So much more efficient. And oh yeah, he is still in here. Who is it? Is it Logan or Alex? Oh, it is Alex. What's up, Alex? You are so he's going. Alex knows he's going to box trucks, and I think it's a really good option. Talk about, and especially for a company like Alex's, when you have guys out in the field without you there, the amount of liability that it takes off not pulling a trailer that's one of the biggest things for me. Is as I'm transitioning into having guys out in the field without me there, I want them driving that box truck because the liability of not pulling that trailer, because it's just so easy. If you don't have years and years of experience driving a trailer, and even if you do have that experience, you can still very, very easily mess up and turn too sharp, swing too wide, take somebody out, and all that stuff. And here comes Paul on here. Excellent. He's making fun of me. Paul, I'll get to the Green Industry Podcast level one day, but I don't have those podcast millions yet like you do. So, yeah, way better, wider, visual, easy to drive, comfort. It is, and I will say it's way more comfortable for a two-man crew. If three, it's kind of tight, especially if the guys are bigger. One of our employees, Kellen's in here right now. One of our employees, he always has to ride in the middle seat, so he can tell you he doesn't enjoy the middle seat. But it's just so nice not having to worry about the trailer. And one thing is there's less tires. There's less tires to mess up, and it's just overall it's better. It's a little tight going from an open trailer into that closed box space. Now I will say mine's a 16-foot. I will say if I did it, I would get a 18-foot, no doubt about it, or a 20-foot. And I think if I did it again today, and I had the money to, if I was purchasing one, so I bought mine. I got a really good deal on mine. I just needed to get something that I could pay cash for, and I wanted to get it pretty quickly, and something reliable that I could get the guys in and stop using the trailer. But the thing with the box truck is if I did it again today and I had a decent amount of money to spend, and I was maybe designing one or whatever, I would get it without the dovetail. I would get it with just straight fold down ramps. If you have a 20-footer, because it just depends. It's all about the length. For me, I can put the extra stuff on the dovetail because it's only a 16-footer. So it gives me a little extra length, but scrape, man, you can't. It's hard getting in and out of driveways with anything with an incline because it scrapes so much. So the big company, the biggest company in our area, Landscape Workshops, they've got to be on the national level of top top 25 probably. They're like up there with Perfect Cut. They run the southeast region down here, and they have all like 22, 24-foot box trucks, and they just have the fold-down gates with no dovetails. And that's my dream, honestly. My dream was to get a box truck, and I got that. I love it. I'm not dissatisfied. But whenever we do upgrade, that's what I'll be going to, is getting rid of the dovetail. And yes, Alex, they've got insanely expensive. I literally stole mine. That's what I tell people. People say, "How much you pay for yours?" I stole it. He gave me a really good deal on it. Less than 200,000 miles. It's a gasser. The thing with it is, and so the thing with these is you can buy older ones, because these Isuzus, man, you can buy them. You can buy like whole new motors and put a whole drop motor in it for like $5,000 or something like that. So you could pretty much replace the whole truck for less than $10,000 if you wanted to. So that was one of the reasons that I went with mine, because I was like, I think it's in pretty good shape from what the owner told me. But even if it's not, I can replace this thing if I have to. And yeah, they last plenty of miles as long as you keep on. The service is super easy. Mine just has an old 350 in it. Like anybody can work on it. You just flip the cab open. I mean, there's YouTube videos. There's all kinds of stuff. So box trucks is the way to go, man. And I didn't want to get on that tangent for too long, but if you can ever get there, but like I said, it all depends on what your market is and what your property types. What are you servicing? If you have all 30-inch stand-on mowers because you're all in small neighborhoods, then like I don't know if a box truck would be. I think maybe a ramp rack might be the way to go for you. It just depends. It all just depends on where you're at. Let's see what else we got going on here. CRM. So here's Paul. Paul coming to see you, Band Boys. Yeah, Paul, I'm excited. We're going to hopefully Paul's going to be shooting some more content down here. If y'all haven't seen Paul's YouTube video today yet, go check that out. Jason Creel got him pretty good with a fake snake, and I really wish I was there. I wish Jason would have told me he had that planned, and I would have carved some time out of my day to come watch that and get eyes on it, because Jason got him really, really good. So go check that out on Paul's YouTube channel. Putting out some really good content there, helping people out, cutting some yards and stuff. So congrats to Paul and Jason for taking on that new venture. CRM pros and cons. Yeah, it's kind of like Alex said. There is no con to a CRM. You just got to choose the right one, and we won't go down the whole spiel of which one's which. All depends on what level of business you're in. Like I said, it all depends on. There's so many variables in business and whatever your company is. So for me, I use Yardbook. I'm under $250,000 in revenue. Like it's me and two guys. It's easy. It routes. I do use the paid version. I don't use the free version. But you can keep hours in there. You can do all kinds. If you wanted to get into fertilizer and weed control, you can do that. So if you're looking to scale a company, I probably wouldn't start there. I would start with maybe a job or an LMN. I think they can take you to a bigger level, but it all depends on what kind of company you're running. What do you think of the $40 cut for residential lots and just having charging charging $45 to $65 plus for cuts? Dropping the $40 cut for residential lots. Yeah, that's a good idea. Dropping the $40 cut. It all depends on your market. Again, it's another variable. Some people won't pay $50 or $55 for a cut, especially if it's weekly. Like, it depends. Is it weekly or biweekly? Is it flat or is it on a hill? There's all kinds of stuff. Where we are, it's a lot of biweekly stuff. So you can get away with charging $55, $60, $65 for a residential house if you're cutting it biweekly. But it's going to be really hard to sign somebody up for $55 on a weekly cut out there. Especially where our grass just doesn't grow that fast. It doesn't get tall like it does up north in the tall fescue. So I don't know where you are, Thomas, but it just depends on all those variables there. But yeah, you definitely need to raise our prices for sure. It doesn't matter the number; you just definitely need to raise our prices. Box trucks are legit for maintenance. Open is usually for landscaping. Perfect combo. Yes, I would. If we do continue the landscape journey, I would love to get. So I want to get a dump trailer next. That's what I want to get. I would love to have a dump trailer by the end of the year. I wanted to have one this year, but that didn't happen. Hand injury set me back big time throughout the summer last year, and just kind of I don't want to use it as an excuse, but it messed us up for a while. So we're trying to get over that and keep moving on. But the open Isuzu for landscaping, I want to get the dump trailer first, and then one of those open Isuzus, because you can. I saw somebody at the nursery today loading up with sod, and they were just loading up on the fold down sides. Really easy. You can put mulch, anything on there. So, no, me and Paul have not played. All right, Paul, here we go. GetJobber.com/Paul. No, we have not played one-on-one, Dan. I think Paul's scared of me, honestly, because I've brought it up multiple times. We have been near courts. When we were in Tampa, we were near some courts. Well, that wasn't Paul's best time to play one-on-one. But anyway, Maybe next week. I have a court right down the street that we can go to, but I don't know. I think Paul's scared to play me one-on-one. He doesn't want the footage to get out there of what would happen. But love the new thumbnail, Paul. Paul did very good. Hooked me up with a thumbnail for the podcast. So if you haven't seen that yet, if you're listening to the podcast right now, go check that out. Go check the thumbnail out after. So I sprained my ankle at Jason's, probably after running from the snake, getting up out of that creek. Zach, I am in central Alabama, so we are right about 30 minutes outside of Birmingham. We're down here in the south. There's not a huge presence of people on social media down here, but I love it. I love where we're at. It's a fun market. It's unique for sure, but yeah, oh yeah, what's up, Thomas? Yeah, oh yeah, buddy, I remember. Yeah, I never put two and two together. Yeah, man, I messed up my hand bad, but I'm glad you were there. I hope you can make it back out and we can catch up again, because that was a really good event in Waco, Together in Trades. That's coming up right around the corner, Together in Trades. I swear, it's time for Brian and Caleb to start giving me some kickbacks. I've done so much advertising for them. But anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. Heck yeah, that's what I thought. I'm in North Carolina. Oh yeah, I used to live in North Carolina. I grew up, well, I didn't grow up. I was born in Asheville, lived there for like 2 or 3 years, but really fun part. I love going back up there and visiting. Beautiful, beautiful place to be in the fall. Grayson Sawyer is up there. I don't know what part of North Carolina he's in. I think he's not far from Asheville though. So I don't know. I don't remember how far Greensboro is from Asheville, but anyway, actually, while y'all are still in here, I want to go over a few of these questions. And if you're listening to the podcast, this is some of the stuff that we said we were going to talk about. A few questions people dropped in here, and if you missed it on the live or something, we'll post this one, and you can also catch it on the podcast. Share it to your friends out there if you thought something good came out of it. So one thing was one guy had a question that said, what do you do if you're a foreman and you have guys working on you and you try to tell them to do one thing, you lead them, you try to give them guiding direction and help them through something, and they just do something totally different than what you told them to do? That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough for sure. So, I mean, I've never been in a foreman role. I've just been in an owner role. So I've had employees work under me, and I've had that situation happen. I've had people do stuff, and I've said to do it one way, they do it the other. Luckily, it hasn't been anything that's like been too terribly bad. They haven't like messed anything up or anything, but it is something that you have to consider when you are going to have people working under you. And so I think for me is you just want to be very, very clear. You want to communicate extremely well. Communication is the key to life. Communication is key to marriage, business, relationships in general. Like, communication is key. So if you're trying to tell somebody what to do or show them, just communicate and help them along the way. And we actually, we had a guy that just, we're not going to get into that. But anyway, I don't want to get down any more rabbit trails. So communicate. If they keep messing up, then you might have a more serious conversation and like say, this is what we were supposed to do. This is what the boss told us to do. And it's just, I don't know. Let's see. Trifecta's trying to come in here. Let's see Alex. What is Alex doing here? Let's see if I don't know if my internet's, I hope it'll work. I hope it'll let him in here. But we will. There he is. What's up?
What up?
How are you?
Oh man, living the dream. Some days, nightmares others.
Yeah, isn't everybody?
Yeah, it's crazy times right now.
Yes, it is. It is. It's crazy, man. Well, what's up? What's going on with y'all? Just staying busy?
What's up, Paul?
I'm trying to get you there. I got you a mic now, so now you'll be. Oh, I'm getting bad echo. Oh, I hope that doesn't happen too bad. I'm going to try to get you where you can hear you on the podcast. But did you say staffing?
Yeah, staffing's been tough.
Really? I thought we might be out of that.
No, I don't think so. I had a guy quit the other day, a crew leader, because I didn't put him on the route he wanted. So he saw that he was on a route that he didn't want to be on, and he didn't show up and texted me half an hour into it saying, I don't want that route, so I quit.
That's crazy. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that. So here, you can get some insight into this. That what we were just talking about of the whole. What do you do if somebody under you does something totally different than what you told them to do? How do you think you could kind of help people through that situation? What advice would you give?
Well, it depends on your core business, and so like my manager and I were having that discussion today because one of our better crew leaders technically didn't do something he was told, but it was for a good reason, and it wasn't really a big deal. But he came back to the shop. He didn't come back to the shop. He went to help another crew. Mm-hmm. And again, it was for the right reason. But what do you do when you – again, there's so many scenarios. Like, I'm trying to think in my head, like, what do you do? But
yeah,
right now, you never want to make a statement based on the industry right now because, I mean, let's face it, like, gas is killing us. Labor shortage is still killing us. We're not a field that's necessarily necessity.
Yeah.
So you always play that game of like, do I want to go not up in price, but do I want to, take things too serious because we're just trying to hold on. That's how I feel. Like, I feel like everyone I talk to is we're probably headed for a worse recession, a pretty bad recession.
People that I talk to, well, not people that I talk to, people I listen to say it's going to be the worst in history.
I don't know about history.
So I don't know.
Do any of us know? I don't know. Like,
yeah,
we have every factor that you don't want is happening right now. Whether I'm not a Republican Democrat guy, I don't care about what camp you say you are in, but we have surging gas prices. We have a president that nobody believes in, whether you agree or don't agree. You're coming out of the worst pandemic in the last 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every bad thing or bad situation is there, right? And so when we talk about, like, man, what do you do when a foreman doesn't listen to you? It's like, to me, those are like, right now, that's not really that high on my list.
Yeah, that's true.
Now it is on my list because at Trifecta, right? We're trying to change them. One thing that anyone knows who's ever listened to me talk is we're kind of trying to change the game a little bit with guys who really care about what they're doing.
For sure.
I don't know if you know this, Jeremiah, but we switched all of our accounts this year. We actually did like a huge overhaul to our residential model. So
yeah, y'all went first full service, didn't you?
Full service only. Literally, like, we literally do not – when people call, we're like, well, just so you know, even go to their property and try to talk them into it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gone really well. We were at like 180 accounts. We dropped down to like 90 accounts. We lost half of them.
Wow.
And now we're back up to like 120, 130, like 125, 130.
But let me ask you this: in dropping those accounts and going full service, you probably didn't even lose that much revenue because of all the other services you added in there?
Right. We raised our rates like 12, 15%, and then we added tons of revenue. Yeah, I mean, we're doing great, and so that's been pretty cool for sure.
Yeah, I mean that's better than anything you can ask. You get on one property, you sit your guys there for a couple hours at a time doing all your stuff there, and then you move on and you go to the next one, and that's what you do everywhere. That would be amazing.
I'm good. Well, let me ask you, Jeremiah, like, shouldn't we all move to that at some point? Like, I'm not saying the guy who's just starting or like maybe sub 150, 200,000 in revenue should do it.
Yeah.
But if we're going to make landscaping viewed as a trade that's respected like every other trade, should we not like start making customers think that's a normal thing?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I mean, it's if you continue to scale a company like your size, it's something that, well, in my point of view, if I was the customer, I would want that. I wouldn't want somebody.
But like, don't put him. I'm asking you this as a question, not as like fishing for an answer. Like, at what size, when you're at that size, are you going to switch to that?
Yeah, that is a good question. I don't know, because it depends on. So here's the thing the thing that I have to quote unquote combat that with is, am I going to hire on people? It's going to have to be a point where I hire on people who know how to do the other stuff that we're adding in. Because like for me, I don't really have a desire to go do weed control and fertilization and get all the licenses that come along with that. But if I can hire somebody who's been a tech for a big company for the last 20 years and and I can get them to take the license under our company, and then we can start going into other services, then I would think that would be a thing for me. So I don't know a revenue number, but I would need to get it to the point where I can hire other people out, because I don't want to be in the green industry, quote unquote, in my business in the field long enough to learn to do all that stuff. Because somebody asked me, what is my 5-year goal? My 5-year goal is to get this company to where it runs without me. Well, not without me, but I don't have to be in the field every single day in 5 years, and I can have my hand in other in real estate and other businesses that we plan to start in the future. So I don't know.
Well, coming from a guy who has 2 other businesses now, just being transparent for anybody listening, it has not gone nearly as smooth as I thought it would. Now, the other 2 businesses are smooth.
Yeah. No.
Those are the ones I thought would go harder.
Yep.
Now, I do have a great team. I think I saw Chris was on here, my peer marketing.
Yeah, Logan was in here too.
Logan's on here. I got a great 4 guys in that company. And and that, me and Chris took a good long while to plan that out. But I thought Trifecta would be a little bit easier than it has been.
Well, me and you talked about this at GIE back last year, and we had many conversations, but one of them was the thing with the green industry is I love my business, but it's a very hands-on business. As a business owner, it's very hands-on, and it's even when you do get out of the field, you still have customers calling you, because your customers aren't going to call your foreman. They're going to call the office they're going to call you until you get an office staff. Now does everybody just call your office staff?
I've got 2. Yeah, we have 2 people in the office, yeah.
So when you get to that level, then it works. But for me, it's very hands-on until you get to that point. Even when I have guys out running it, they still call me when they mess up.
What I'm trying to tell you is I thought the same thing. And then with all of these challenges, and it's been more hands-on than I thought. But then the other thing is this is something to talk about. I've realized I had an interesting conversation with a world-class speaker today on my podcast. And one thing I realized, Jeremiah, is that just because something got me somewhere doesn't mean it was necessarily a good and healthy way to do it. And so, meaning like the way I scaled Trifecta, it worked and it's been fine, but it's not going to keep us there, and nor will it help us to get to where we want to go in a healthier manner. Yeah. And so, like, I'm having to like reevaluate and create, like, I did it without like a lot of systems and processes, basically is what it is.
Yep.
Like we did 1.5 last year, and we're going to do north of that this year. And like when I hired a couple high level people this year, they're like, "How did you do that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "We don't really have a true operating procedures, you know?" And so if for anybody like in this right now, listening to this, no matter what size you are, start having normal like systems, processes, procedures. And that does not mean have a CRM. Yes, you should have a CRM. That doesn't mean have a start time every day. I'm talking about like write out if a customer calls, this is how the process goes to get them onboarded. If a customer complains, this is how to handle a customer complaint. Like to the T, you know what I'm saying? Not just like, well, this is what we do. We just tell them we'll come meet them tomorrow. Like, so I'm now like, man, dude, Jeremiah, it's been crazy, like, thinking about that, like think about, like, a hospital. Like, your wife works at a hospital, right?
Yes.
Like, think about all of the processes, systems, and procedures they have for if, like, somebody codes or, like, if something happens or someone goes into surgery, right? They don't just, like, it doesn't, like, oh, you know what, let's just try this.
Yeah. That's good.
Why do we not? I mean, yes, our businesses, landscaping, our green industry businesses are simpler, but that doesn't make them easy.
Yeah. No, I heard something good today, and I was listening to the leadership podcast, and he said, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You had big goals when you started Trifecta. You fall to the level of your systems. And that's the thing is, if you don't have systems in place, then when you have big goals, but it's gonna be a hard process to get there.
Yeah, and it's been painful. It's been painful, because I'm the one that did most of them, and so a lot of them worked really well for me as the owner and the operations guy, but they didn't work well for the people that I hired. So I'm having to tear those down and try to, with the help of some people on my team, let's think of a system and process that works for everybody, regardless of, your position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of next level discussions, but I think that, the green industry is growing and it's not slowing down. GIE had the highest attendance it's ever had coming out of COVID. So what do you think it's going to be this year?
Yeah.
This year, COVID's pretty much over, let's be honest, okay? And apparently the Super Bowl decided it was over. I didn't know that's how that goes.
Yeah.
We go to the most liberal city in America, LA, and not a single person's wearing a mask, and then we never hear about COVID after that. That's weird how that happened. But COVID's pretty much done. So GIE this year is going to show us how big the green industry is. And, I just see more people in the industry. This is my 6th year now. People are taking it way more serious.
Yeah.
It's not just mow, blow, go guys as much anymore. You got guys who are really trying to build businesses that make sense, that are professional. And it's not about size. Like Jeremiah, we've talked about that. It's not, I do believe everybody should want to grow their company, but the rate at which you grow is not indicative of you being successful. I'll never understand somebody that goes, no, I just want to be $80,000 a year every year top line. I'll never understand that, because the second you lose one customer, you're in panic mode.
Yeah.
But if you go, okay, 80 to 88 to 90 to 95, do it. It doesn't matter how fast you grow. I went from 250 our first year to $1 million in 4 years. But that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And remember, that's top line. That's not net. So nobody think that
If that's net, I need to be hanging out with you a little more.
Yeah. It's not net, but
no, I totally understand, and it all depends on what part of life you're in, and it depends on where you're at. I mean, you were at a place where you took it, and that's what you invested your time in, and you ran with it. If it's somebody that's still working a part-time job, then it could take them longer.
I'm assuming a full-time person.
Yeah. I'm with you on the full-time thing. The full-time thing, it's kind of hard to say, I want to stay solo forever. But I don't know. I understand it, because the thing is I know guys that right around me who run solo companies that, and I guess it depends on what services you're doing, because mow, blow, and go, maybe. I think the thing of it would be hard not to scale. But if I'm weed control and fertilization, I might stay solo, because you can do 300, 350 accounts, and then when you get to that point, it doesn't really matter if you lose one customer, because you're up so high. It takes so many to start that and to get to that level. Once you're there, one or two dropping off every now and then isn't going to make that big of a difference.
The biggest thing that freaks me out for people who are solo or one employee is, what happens when you get sick for a month? What happens if you break? What happens if you break your hand? There's a lot of things that have to go right for that to work for a long time. That
is exactly what I've thought, and it's because in my personal case is I screwed my hand last year. If I was solo, my company goes on the ground.
That's what I'm saying. And you've worked way too you know the story about my brother almost dying from COVID at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah.
If I was still small and solo, I wasn't able to have the normal days that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And so for a couple weeks, while he was literally the doctors told us, hey, he's going to die, prepare for his funeral, right? So I really want everybody to at least have an employee that they trust, that when they want to go on vacation for a week, which I recommend people go on. I don't know if you've heard me say this yet, but everybody should go on what I call the long, medium, and short, meaning go on a long vacation every year, go on a 3-day vacation every year and go on a couple like weekenders every year.
Yeah. No matter what income level you're at.
Huh?
I said no matter what income level you're at. I think that's important.
Zero, because you don't have to spend money to go on vacation. Like, I don't know if you can rent. I don't know if you knew this. You can Airbnb campers now, and like people will put their campers out and like campsites and like rent them for $60 a night. Like it don't take a lot of money to have a retreat now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But if you don't have one employee, what are you going to do? Just tell all your customers, sorry, I'm off for the week? Yeah. They're going to find somebody. Dude, their yard looks bad enough, they're going to find somebody.
Yep. That's right.
What's this question above? I can't scroll. It says something versus $35K a year. What does it say?
It looks like it says, so why is there, my button just quit working. I don't know.
I can't scroll. It won't let me. Oh, here we go. Guess that is the difference between 250. So why isn't there a private workers' comp? I don't know that question. My workers' comp kicks my butt.
Yeah, it does. It did.
Is there any good questions in there?
I didn't see. I saw. I don't know. It's been hard to keep up with, and we got into it. Facts. I think it's working. I hope we saved it. I don't know. If you're listening to the podcast right now, I hope you heard the whole first half, because if not, I don't know what the show tomorrow is going to be. But anyway, really good stuff with Alex there. Thanks to Alex for joining in, and everybody else in here asking questions and following along with us tonight. So I know I need a roadcaster, but I need those. I don't know. I need to reinvest. I know I do need to reinvest, but need some of those podcast millions to come through. Those roadcasters are not cheap. But maybe, Paul, when you hit your YouTube millions, you can gift one of those to me. Like you gift your free lawn mowers to other people, you can gift one of those roadcasters to me, and I would be very much appreciative. It really could change my life, honestly. It could change my business. But anyway, few quick questions I want to run through here as we wrap this thing up. Reliable equipment is one of them. Man, there's so much reliable equipment out there. Anything commercial grade is honestly going to be pretty good. It's one of those things, it's like, to each his own. Normally it's what you start with, and that's what people grow to love. I started with Steel. That's what I love. If you start with Echo, that's what you love. There's a lot of people that start with Cub Cadet, and they swear up and down by it. Cub Cadet makes pretty good commercial equipment from what I hear. So, Logan, great meeting you at GIE. Hope we can hang out some more this year when we're there. Maybe make a trip to South Carolina. Y'all aren't too far from me, so maybe we'll go down the lake or something. Talk Alex into taking a day off. But what about those Heat down by 30? Oh, no, are they really down by 30? So the Miami Heat is my NBA team, and they're playing right now. And dude just commented and said they're down by 30. That's sad. But anyway, who's my BFF? That was one of the questions. And everybody knows that's Luke Donnelly. Me and Luke are officially friends. If you missed out on that, go back and listen to his episode there. I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes ago. And that was a really fun episode. But how to combat Spring Rush. Spring Rush, we're almost through it. What's up, Paul? Paul Kamara joined. And, Paul, we haven't gotten to meet yet, but I want to hook up and do a podcast with you here soon. So shoot me a DM if you'd be interested. That would be very, very awesome. But it is one of those things that, I don't know, it's crazy. Spring Rush is here. It's almost already gone. And you just, man, I just put my head down and go to it, man. It's not over yet because, like I said, we worked till 8 o'clock today. So it's definitely not over. We're still kicking the can every single day. We're going hard. Not kicking the can. That's a terrible reference. That's like giving up. So we're not giving up, but we're still grinding every day. We're hustling, trying to make another dollar and just grow the company here and there. So 5-year goals, we kind of talked about those already, but my 5-year goals are grow the company and get it to the point where I don't have to be in it every single day, where I can go maybe work a day or 2 a week. But I want to have my hand in other things, some other companies that I have on the brain to start, and get into some real estate down the road. So who knows what the future holds, but that's what we would like to do in the future. So yeah, man, you are late, Paul. We missed Alex. Kirby was in here, but good thing is I think this is on a podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, like I said, hopefully you heard the first one. But if it's not on the podcast, then you're going to have like a 3-minute show for tomorrow. I don't know. But anyway, it's been super fun hanging out tonight. Thanks for everybody joining in and tuning in here with us. Man, it's getting late here. I got to go get some sleep. We got another long day tomorrow, and then I got a long day Saturday working at our family's property at the lake. So Anyway, hope y'all have a great day. We're going to try to get the lives going back. I did them for a little bit, and then I just got busy and got out. Life got to me, and we just got away from them. But going to try to get back to doing them. Don't know what night of the week yet. Thursdays we normally have stuff going on, but it got canceled tonight. So anyway, hope y'all have a beautiful night wherever you are. Go out and look at the stars. Stars are awesome, by the way. Full moon. We just had full moon the other night. You can sit out there and look at that thing all night long. But anyway, hope you're having a good day wherever you are. If you enjoyed this show, let me know. And I know it's kind of different. Like I said, it's the Instagram Live kind of turned into the podcast. So if you did enjoy it, leave us a rating and review, and those would really help us. If y'all enjoyed it here on the Instagram, shoot me a DM and let me know if you enjoyed it. Like it up, and let me know some more topics you want to talk about in the future, because I love interacting and connecting with everybody out here, and it just helps us grow the community. We had a good conversation with Alex earlier in the show talking about the green industry is growing and it's getting stronger by the day. So a lot of good stuff. Super packed night, super packed episode here that we had for you. So thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to catching up with everybody here on the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Growing Green Landscapes podcast. We know you have many other podcast options to choose from, and don't take it for granted that you chose to spend some time with us today. You can connect with Jeremiah Jennings at Growing Green Landscapes on Instagram, or use the link in the show description. Don't forget to smash the follow button on the podcast and leave those 5-star ratings and reviews. We hope you crush it in your business and hope to catch you on our next episode.